Most people think you can't be a real estate investor unless you've got piles of cash. But in reality, the money doesn't matter as much as the deal. In fact, we like to say it this way: the money's not the most important part of the thing. You are. The real estate investor. You find the deal. You're the most important part of it. That is, if you have the right strategies. And if you have the right strategies, financing is easy. After buying and selling over 3,000 homes, I've probably used every financing trick in the book. In this video, I'm sharing the very best ones today. Stick with me, guys, and by the end of this video, you'll know how to buy houses creatively, even in today's market. So hack number one, it's owner financing. One of our favorite topics on this channel. What is seller financing, you ask? Great question. This is where sellers become your bank and you negotiate terms directly with them. Why is this so powerful? You don't have to have the bank approve your deal. Sellers who want to avoid capital gains tax or need passive income, they love seller financing deals. Let me give you a quick example. Recently, my son McKenna and I bought a house in Florida on Palace Avenue for $185,000 using seller financing. We bought it from a tired landlord who sold us a couple of other houses, and now we're buying even a few more from him. On this deal, we negotiated $5,000 down with 6% interest on the balance, amortized over 30 years with a 7-year balloon payment. Our payments roughly are $1,200 a month, and we currently have it rented for $1,900 a month. We were all in on that deal with the $5,000 plus closing costs for about $12,000 total. Not a bad deal. Low down payment, nice terms, and we've got a nice cash flow. Stick with me, we're going into hack number two. Hack number two is partnering with private lenders. Who are private lenders and how do you find them? Why do they want to lend to you? Let me tell you about it. Private lenders that we like to use are generally people that we know. Maybe there's somebody who's about to retire, a friend of the family. They could have self-directed IRAs. They could have 401ks. Generally, these private lenders are going to be looking for passive income, and they want that monthly revenue. You don't have to qualify with the bank. Private lenders are going to be investing in you. So they're often looking at your deal, and then they're also looking at you. If you can get them to know, like, and trust you and start making them money, their terms can become easier and easier and much quicker than going to the bank. And with private lenders, you're not paying necessarily the high interest rates that you would if you're going to a hard money lender. Here's a pro tip. When we're dealing with our private lenders, we want to put them in the safest position possible. Oftentimes, that would be putting them in a first mortgage position or bringing them onto the title with us, so that they're in a very, very secure position, no chance of them losing their money. We give them a guarantee that they're going to get paid when we sell the property. Their money is first in and first out. We recently did a flip in Florida with my friend TJ. TJ is a wholesaler who cherry-picked a really good deal, brought it to me, and rather than wholesaling it to me, asked if he could stay in the deal. So he left all of his commission that he would have gotten in for wholesaling it to me, kept that into the deal. We went to my friend Garrett as a private lender. Garrett put up the money for us to buy the property, renovate the property, and then when we sold the property, Garrett got paid back first. He made some interest along the way, and TJ and I split the profits. That was a tremendous deal that we just did. Hey, if you don't have a private money lender or you can't think of anybody that might become your private money lender, why don't you join us over on School? It's free. The link's in the description. Inside of the Flip Flop Flipper real estate community, you're going to find 11 or 1,200 other real estate investors, potentially private lenders, definitely hard money lenders, wholesalers. Everything that you need to become a real estate investor is over there inside of the Flip Flop Flipper real estate community. And again, it's free. The link's in the description. All right, let's get into hack number three. This is the really dirty, nitty-gritty lease option or rent-to-own deals. This is for people who really don't have anything at all to put into the deal. You have to have some place to live anyways. When you are talking to your landlord, you can negotiate a lease-to-purchase contract. Very often, I have tenants come to me and say they would like to rent the property from me with an option to purchase it. We will almost always give them that option as long as they're good tenants who make their monthly payments on time. Why do we do that as landlords? Because people who have an interest in ownership will treat your house better. So it's very attractive to your landlord if you go to them and say, hey, I'm glad that I get to sign another year lease, but I'd really like to buy this place. Would you consider giving me an option contract, a lease option? So you rent it, you live in it, you have an option to purchase it. You don't have to put anything more down as if you were just going to rent it to live there anyways. And your landlord's going to be happy in most cases to offer you that leased option contract. Why is this important for you? So I just told you why the landlord might like it, but here's why you could like it. You're going to lock in the price today. So let's say you're moving into a house, you're going to spend $2,000 a month, and you say, hey, Mr. Landlord, I'd like to have an option to buy this thing for $250,000 or $300,000, whatever the market is today. Lock in your option for 2 to 5 years, and then you're able to buy that property at some point in the future once your credit is better, once you've got a way to qualify for the loan. There's other times that you might consider a lease option. If you've got a seller who's a little bit stubborn and he doesn't want to commit to a sales price, you can offer him an option to purchase in the future at appraised value. So you may go under a lease that you rent at current market rents or maybe slightly below current market rents, and you're either going to live in it, or possibly you could be doing Airbnb arbitrage, or you could be doing just a rental arbitrage, and then you lock in the ability to purchase it in the future at appraised value. When you're setting up these lease options, you're going to want to negotiate the price that you're going to pay for your option. So how much money are you going to put down towards the option? What are you going to pay for the property when you close your option? And what are your monthly payments going to be? What is your rent? Also, you can negotiate things like extra money that you're going to put down towards the purchase of the property. So you might have a project or a property where you have an option to purchase it for $100,000. Your rent is $1,000 a month. You're going to give them $5,000 for the option contract. So when you close, you're going to be closing at $95,000. But every month that you send him rent, you're going to actually send him $1,500 a month, and $500 is going to go towards that purchase, that option. Maybe you have a 1, 2, 3, or 4 or 5 year option contract time period. So you give yourself enough of a runway that you can exercise your option in the future. Bonus hack, creative combo. This is our pro tip, guys. If you want to stack these, that's perfectly okay. You're a real estate investor. Remember, you get paid to solve problems. And let's talk about if you negotiate a seller finance deal from a tired landlord, and he's tired because his tenants just moved out after 10 years and his house is a wreck. He's going to have to go in and renovate it. You offer him that low down payment, the locked in monthly payment. So you've got the super deal financed by the seller, but what are you going to do about the repairs that are needed? Well, consider stacking seller financing with the private lender and go to the private lender to get your down payment and your renovation costs. And by stacking these two, you get a great deal where you get terrific terms and you've got no money out of pocket. Guys, using other people's money in real estate, that's where it's at. I've just laid out 3 hacks and even a bonus hack for you, anyone who's watching this, to use so that you can start and become a real estate investor. Now it's up to you. You need to go take the action. Guys, I've used these strategies hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of times. We've done over 3,000 deals. We're going to buy real estate this week, this month, next year, and into the future. What are you going to do? Are you going to join us on School in our free community? Do you want to go even further and join us in the pay community? It's called Apex. Both the links are in the description, guys. So I hope to see you over there.